Good morning, students. So let's continue our third chapter, that is organization of data. So we have already studied what is classification, types of series. We have studied individual series. In today's class, we will be studying types of frequency series, and there are different terms which are remaining, which would be completed today. Tomorrow onwards, we would be starting the problems. So let's go on with the types of frequency series. There are two types of frequency series. First one is discrete series and the second one is frequency distribution. So what do we mean by a discrete series? A discrete series or frequency array. So discrete series is also known as frequency array, is that series in which data are presented in a way that exact measurements are clearly shown. So discrete series is nothing but a series in which whatever data has been given will be shown to us very clearly. Say for example, marks of students has been given and we will arrange either in ascending order or descending order, and how many times a number has been repeated, we will mark the tally, and here we will be writing the frequencies, right? So this normal data which is presented to give the exact measurement is known as discrete series. Next we have frequency distribution. It is that series in which items cannot be exactly measured. The items assume a range of values and are placed within the range. So in case of frequency distribution, they will be giving us a range and then we will be finding out the frequency. Say 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 25 to 30, 20 to 25. So within this range, we will be calculating a frequency. Say for example, in the question they have asked us, how many students of class 11th have scored marks from 15 to 20? So this is the way items are arranged in case of frequency distribution. Next we have different terms related to this frequency distribution, that is class interval. A range of values which incorporate a set of items is called a class interval. So range means 5 to 10, 10 to 15. These are known as class interval, or they can also be known as classes. Next we have class limits. Class limit is, say for example, you have 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. So this 5 and this 10 will be known as class limit. The first one will be known as lower limit and the last one will be known as upper limit. So in the class interval, there are two limits, that is lower limit and upper limit. The extreme values of the classes are called limits. Every class interval has two limits, lower limit and upper limit. Example, class interval 5 to 10. The lower limit will be 5, upper limit will be 10. Next we have magnitude of class interval. The difference between the upper limit and the lower limit is known as magnitude of class interval. Say for example, we have a class interval of 5 to 10. So 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. So this 5 will be the magnitude of class interval. How do we calculate the magnitude of class interval? Magnitude of class interval is denoted by I. It is L2 minus L1. L2 will be the upper limit, L1 will be the lower limit, and I will be the magnitude of class interval. Next we have types of frequency distribution. So till now we have studied series. There are two types of series, individual series and frequency series. Under frequency series we have discrete series and frequency distribution. Now again, under frequency distribution we have different types of frequency distribution. First one is the inclusive series. So what do we mean by an inclusive series? An inclusive series is that series which includes all items up to its upper limit. In such series, the upper limit of the class interval does not repeat itself as the lower limit of the class interval. So in simple words, I will give you an example and explain you. Say for example, they have given us 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24. So in this cases, it is known as inclusive series. Why is it inclusive series? Because the upper class limit is not repeated in the next series. So it is 5 to 9, 10 to 14. It is very continuous numbers. Then we have exclusive series. Exclusive series is that series in which every class interval exclude items corresponding to its upper limit. In this series, the upper limit of the class interval is the lower limit of the next class interval. Again, say for example, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. In this case, the upper limit of this class interval is the lower limit of next class interval. 15, next one lower class limit is 15. 20, next lower class limit is 20. So, the upper class interval of the first one will be the lower class limit of the next one. But what was inclusive series? It was 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19. In this case, the upper limit was not the lower limit for the next class interval. So in the question they may ask you how many students have secured marks between 10 to 15. So you may be confused that 10 is here also and 10 is here also. But always remember, the lower limit will be included in this class interval, but the upper limit will be included in the next class interval. So when they ask you marks between 10 to 15, you would be writing it in this class interval and not this class interval. Clear? If they ask you marks between 20 to 25, so you would be writing it in this class interval. So the lower class limit is included in the same class, but the upper class limit is included in the next class. Next we have conversion of inclusive class interval to exclusive class interval. So this is a inclusive class interval. So we have to convert this inclusive class interval to exclusive class intervals. So how can we do that? Whenever they have asked you to convert it, you will be deducting 0.5 from the lower class limit and adding 0.5 to the upper class limit. So from 5 if I deduct 0.5, how much do I get? 4.5. And from 9 if I add 0.5, I'll get 9.5. Next, for 10 if I deduct 0.5, I'll get 9.5. For 14 if I add 14.5. 14.5 to 18.5. So can you see that our inclusive class interval is converted into exclusive class interval? Yes. Here the upper limit is same as the lower limit of the next class interval. Inclusive class interval is converted into exclusive class interval by subtracting 0.5 from the lower class limit and adding 0.5 in the upper class limit. Example, the inclusive class interval of 10 to 19, 20 to 29 when converted into exclusive will become 9.5 to 19.5, 19.5 to 29.5. So this is how we will be converting our inclusive class interval to exclusive class interval. Next we have third type of frequency distribution, that is open-end series. Open-end series is that series in which the lower limit of the first class interval and the upper limit of the last class interval will be missing. Say for example, they have given you the marks of students of class 11th. So how will they give you in this case? It will be below 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, above 50. So in this kind, what happens? In the first class interval, the lower limit is missing, and in the last class interval, the upper limit is missing, right? They have given us below 10. So we know that the upper class limit will be 10, but we don't know what the lower class interval is. Here they have given us above 50. So we know that our lower class interval is 50, but we don't know what our upper class interval is. We don't know what our upper class limit is. Last we have cumulative frequency series. Cumulative frequency series is that series in which the frequencies are continuously added corresponding to each class interval in that series. So in cumulative frequency series, they will give you class intervals like less than 10, less than 20, less than 30. This is one way they can give us, or they'll give us more than 0, more than 10, more than 20. So in this kind of frequency series, they would be giving us frequencies that can be continuously added to the corresponding class interval. There are two types. First one is cumulative frequency may be expressed on the basis of upper limit of the class interval. For example, less than 10, less than 15, when the class interval will be 5 to 10, 10 to 15. So I have given you this example. When the cumulative frequency is expressed on the basis of upper class limit, it will be expressed as less than 10, less than 20, less than 30. And when the cumulative frequency is expressed on the basis of lower class limit, it will be more than 0, more than 10, more than 20. So these are the different types of frequency distribution. So first one we have is inclusive series. So inclusive will be 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19. In this, the upper limit of the first class interval is not the same as the next class interval. Then we have exclusive class interval. It is 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. In this case, the upper class limit is same as the lower class limit of the next class interval. Next we have open-end series. So in open-end series, lower limit of the first class will be missing and upper limit of the last class will be missing. Below 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 and above. So in this case, the lower limit and upper limit of the first and last class interval is missing. Last we have is cumulative frequency, in which it is expressed two way. First way, when on the basis of upper class limit, it will be expressed as less than 10, less than 20, less than 30. And in case of lower class limit, it will be expressed as more than 0, more than 10, more than 20. So as and when we start doing the sums, you all would be very clear as to which is what type of frequency distribution. So that's all for today. We shall be working out the sums in the next class. Thank you.